Right, okay guys, folks, sorry. Right, okay, so I don't know if there's any more to this place or not, to be quite honest. I mean, it's not very big really compared to, say, the Tower of London. There's not as much to look at, and as I said, I can't take you around with me because, you know, you're not allowed to film, so, you know, it's a bit disappointing from that point of view. Also, you may have noticed that it's actually quite exposed here, so when it's windy, I mean it's a little bit windy but it's not that windy. We've got like these posh tea rooms here, by the way, as well. In fact, so let me just go and show you the sort of prices of these things. You know, I say this is very civilised afternoon tea. You see, look, £26 per person. But you get a load of other stuff with it, you know what I mean? It's not just a cup of tea, you know what I mean? I'm not paying £26 for a cup of tea, flipping heck. Oh god, that would be, what's the name? But anyway, you know what I mean? It's a nice little thing to do once in a while, you know what I mean? Sort of live it up like the posh people like, you know what I mean? Ooh, how do the other half live, eh? Anyway, but look at the size of this place again, do you know what I mean? It's quite extensive, because obviously it was a palace originally. I mean, it still is a palace in that sense, but obviously it's not a lived-in palace these days, you know. I mean, like I say, I think I could be wrong, because I don't know. I'm not really into the royals necessarily in that sense. I'm not anti-royal necessarily either. Although I don't know these days. I'm wondering. I must admit, although I don't know, I don't think I'm necessarily into the idea of getting rid of the monarchy necessarily. It's not something I'm necessarily, you know, I'm not sure if I like the idea of living in a republic and having a president instead of a prime minister. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, if things change, they change, you know what I mean? Simple as that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. And it's not going to make a massive difference, or at least I don't think it will necessarily make a massive difference to my life necessarily, and to be perfectly honest, I can't see that ever happening in my lifetime anyway, do you know what I mean? So it's not something that I'm really that bothered about necessarily, but like I say, I'm not necessarily anti them either necessarily, do you know what I mean? And you know, when you think about it, it's part of the history, it's part of the culture, it's part of the history of England in that sense. But anyway, what started me on that conversation then? I can't even remember. I was thinking about something. I can't quite. Oh, crying out loud! Sorry, my head is a bit all over the place today. But anyway, yeah. So you know, it's quite massive, isn't it? When you think about it, it's like huge, sort of park thing. But you know, but obviously, yeah. I think it's something to do about being lived in or something. Oh yeah, I was thinking. What I was sort of thinking about was, and like I say, I'm not necessarily up on all the history and even current history, whatever. I think Diana used to live here or something, didn't she? In the early days, back in the 80s or something. I'm not sure. I know they've got sort of like some sort of memorial thing, and there might be it there. I don't know. I can't remember. Because like I say, I mean, I don't take a massive interest in these things necessarily. It's not my thing. Right, so now the thing is, like I said, we're quite, as you can see, it's quite open here, and the wind is blowing, but I don't know how bad or not it is on this, on you know, where it's picking it up or not. I don't know. It's a bit difficult to tell sometimes, although it's going to get a bit more windy in a second as soon as we walk out into this more open stretch. Right, I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to head to High Street, Kensington, and I'm going to get back on the tube, I think. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find myself a coffee shop somewhere. I'm just going to stick the selfie stick on here for a minute, actually. Oh great, here goes the wind. Right, I'll tell you what, we'll stop for now. Right, it's very bleak today. It might look very bright on there, but believe me, you know, when you're actually seeing it, it's, you know, it's getting dark, the sun's going down, it's cloudy, windy, It's not cold, it's chilly, but not like massively, you know, again for this time of the year, you know, 3rd of December are we, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's not like really cold, but you know, that wind, it does cut in a little bit. Right, okay, I'm going to leave it there. See you guys in a bit. Bye for now.